How rich kids cheat the SAT. This is Big A. This is H. Rioch. He's also a streamer, but I think this is a really interesting topic he's going to talk about. So
I want to talk about SAT cheating, a rising scandal. Parents are fuming.
I have to move my camera.
About other people's kids getting extra time on the SAT. Now,
was extra time cheating technically? I knew a guy, dude. I knew a guy that I grew up with, went to middle school with, went to high school with. We're in the SAT room. He goes, yo, I will pay you $100 to this smart guy in my class. He goes, I'll pay you $100 if I could sit behind you. And you just kind of move your test score sheet to the left a little bit. Dude did it, cheated on the whole fucking SAT, got a 1350. Proctor didn't fucking see shit. I was watching it happen. Like, I'm taking the SAT, I look over, and he's just like full copying this kid's answers. That's insane.
I'd heard tell of this through other articles and other news stories throughout the years, but this one was really specific. Parents have reached a break.
This loser shit, bro. People cheat on the SAT all the time. The problem is if you cheat on the SAT and you get caught, ooh, that's bad. That's really bad. Like, the risk outweighs the reward. Just take the SAT. What is the SAT? A U.S. standardized test that is centralized around reading, comprehension, writing, and math. And it is a metric that is used to determine how smart you are in some ways, as well as whether or not you'll get into colleges and scholarships. More colleges don't use it now, but a lot of colleges still do. It's the SAT, and then what's the other one? What's the other one that uses science? I never took the other one. Is it the ACT? Yeah, the ACT I never took. The ACT is out of like 30-something or some shit. The SAT, you get a score up to 1,600. 1,600 is perfect. You get a minimum of 400. I took it 3 times, never studied. First one, I got an 1120. Then I got like a 1,200, and I took it one more time. I got a 1,300 flat. And I remember the day before I took it, I didn't study, but I was asking this guy that did well on the SAT what he did. He was like, wake up, take a cold shower, and eat almonds. I was like, okay. And it worked.
They're extremely angry. And so I decided to look a little more into it. Now, before I go on, I have to give a warning. Warning, 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 warning. This is for commenters and chatters. Whatever you have, ADHD, anxiety, IBS, I believe that it's real. I'm not calling your whatever you've been diagnosed with not real. I am saying that there is a strong bit of evidence that wealthier students are exaggerating, faking, or using this stuff to get it.
Yeah, they're like out of 20 people that have extra time on the SAT, only like 10 of them actually have ADHD or some sort of need to actually get extra time. Like, that's annoying. I get you needing it if you actually have, ADHD. But there are people that, yeah, I could see that. Getting their parents to, like, somehow get a written note from a doctor that it says they need this, but in reality, they really don't. That, or they're, like, going to the doctors and kind of, like, they're, like, faking it so they get, like, the capability to get extra time. I'm not, in hindsight now, I don't dislike it. Like, if you need extra time, you need extra time. If I'm being honest, when I was in high school, there was a kid in my class that had ADHD, and during finals and the SAT, he would get like 30 minutes extra time, and I fucking hated him for it. I remember being so annoyed. I remember being like, you lucky fuck. Like, I was mad. I remember being mad. I remember being like, why do you get extra time? And I don't. Now I'm like, well, he has ADHD, so, But I also knew the guy, and I think he was one of the rich kids that kind of maybe tipped the scales a little bit.
So let's go into it. The SAT, an important test for college admissions here in America. And what's interesting is, on the SAT, you have a certain allotted amount of time to take the test. And that is how it's used to be standard.
Somebody in chat just said, I fake dyslexia, and now I get extra time. How did you fake dyslexia?
It's a standardized aptitude test. People, over time, have claimed that because of certain conditions like anxiety.
Bro, where should I move my camera? I'm going to move on the left. This is going to be a rare Joe Bart left side reaction.
Or ADHD or irritable bowel syndrome, that they need more time. They need 50% more time or double the time, or they need extra bathroom.
Double. I'm not even going to lie, bro. I finished most SAT segments well before the time was up. I think they give you, I'm saying like non-88 people with ADHD. Like, I think if you don't have a mental disorder, you have more than enough time. Like a 20-minute segment, I'm finishing that shit in like 12. And then I sit there and just wait because I'm not allowed to move on. I remember, bro, because when you take the SAT, you're not in your school necessarily. Like, you could take the SAT. I took 3 SATs. 2 of them I took at my school, and 1 of them I took at another school. And when you're taking it, it's people from all over your area. It's just like an SAT test zone. So, like, if you take it at your school, yeah, most of the people in your room are going to be from your class, but there's going to be a lot of people that are from other places. And this was the second SAT I had. I remember I was a sophomore, and this kid that walks in, bro, he had to be like 11 years old, swear to God. He walks in with with a folder and a calculator, and I'm like, yo, this kid's going to fucking fail this shit. He was like some young Sheldon ass. Yo, but I don't think he was even like, I don't think he was like a kid prodigy. I think his parents just wanted him to like get the SAT down. So like when he was in high school, he'd be really good because you could just like infinitely take it. So like most people take it like once. Like he's probably going to take it every fucking 3 months for years. You've said this before? Yeah, bro. And he sat right in front of me. And I remember I would pay $200 right now to know what that kid got. Because there's no part of me. I know he had to have gotten like an 800. Like, bro, he had to be in like 5th grade. He had to be in like 5th fucking grade. There's no way you're doing well. Just turn your face cam off. We don't want to see your ugly balding ass. All right.
At like a community college or a non-wealthy high school or whatever, of people taking the SAT with these accommodations, having these problems, is 2.7%. Less than 3 out of 100 are diagnosed with these issues that require special accommodation. But one thing you'll notice is if you start looking at the wealthier and more successful schools, like Amherst College, that
oh my God, is it like way higher?
Number jumps up to 34%.
2.7 to 34%. Yeah, motherfuckers are paying to have ADHD. Motherfuckers are fucking lying about that. What? 34% of the students need extra time? There's no way.
At like Brown, it's 22%. Cornell, it's 25%. And at Stanford, the most egregious in the country, Stanford, by the way, probably because they also give special dorm room accommodations if you have a disability, which means you can get a single room instead of a double. You don't have to.
Oh, you can get a single room as a freshman if you have like a need to. Yeah, whenever you put that in place, there's going to be people that fucking scam the system.
Roommate. 38% of students at Stanford right now have a disability. Officially diagnosed disability. Over a third are saying they have a disability that allows them to get extra time on a test, a special room. And what's interesting is all evidence suggests that these disabilities should be more prevalent among people who are financially struggling, because the idea of like stressors, nutrition access, all that stuff should be higher. But it's the inverse. You see them appear way more often among wealthy students. This guy's from Stanford. He's saying half of his class gets to take their test in the accommodations room and get extra time. So the graph is insane, and it's rising so.
Yeah, you're a fucking Stanford student.
So fast.
You're at an Ivy League, and half of your class is fucking getting extra time
in recent years.
There's just no way.
Now, you may have heard about something similar to this.
It takes up space. It takes up space for people that actually have one. Yeah, no, that's fucking annoying as shit. Like, you actually have ADHD. You are struggling and need more time. And then you're sitting next to 3 jackasses that are just fucking scamming the system. So they're able to fucking make more money. Or not make more money, get more time. And therefore make more money because they want to go to an Ivy League.
Scandal back in 2019. This kind of went viral. There was a Netflix movie about it. It was mostly about college admissions, though. This is like the Lori Loughlin, dozens of parents got.
Oh my God, the fucking paying for good SAT scores. Yo, your kid got to be a fucking stupid ass idiot. You have a stupid fucking son for you have to pay a shitload of money to an SAT proctor to give your kid a good fucking score or give him the right answers. Your kid's a brick, right? What are we doing? Like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but like, if you're a rich ass, I make good money. If my kid's a fucking dork and he sucks at taking the SAT, tough shit, right? You suck at taking the SAT. I'm not gonna fucking pay somebody $100,000 so you could fucking get into Harvard. All right, you're a bum. You shouldn't go to Harvard, right? That's what the fucking mindset should be, right? You don't have the accolades, the experience, or the intelligence to go to Harvard, so you're not going to Harvard. What is with this weird rich person mentality of being like, I need to pay for my kid to be in the best college and have the best education and have the best. Yeah, you want your kid to do well, but if your kid sucks at the fucking SAT, let him suck, right? Fucking silver spoon ass. You're just handing him everything instantly. What are we fucking doing?
They focused mainly on the fake admissions, creating a fake sport your kid played and like hiring whatever, all that stuff. That was the big story. But under the radar was a lot of what we're seeing come to the surface now with regards to test concessions and test accommodations. This is from the depositions. This is from the released depositions of these trials, okay? So this is a recorded taped phone call between this guy selling accommodations and this woman who's a mom. She goes, thanks for taking the time earlier today. I'm particularly interested in working with you guys and figuring out what's best for my daughter. She's an interesting kid. I'm sure you've seen them all. But this notion of going in, flying out to LA, sitting with your proctor and taking the exam is pretty interesting. Now, what they're doing is they're creating a separate testing site with a special proctor who is extremely accommodating, if not helping cheat. And these students can fly out and take the test there in this special quiet room.
Yeah, that's so fucking weird. That is so fucking weird. Dude, your SAT proctor should be the equivalent of a substitute teacher. They should be sitting there, walking around, and just hawking over you. That's it. Like, if you go, oh, I have a question, can't help you, I actually don't know. Right, like you should hire SAT proctors that don't know how to take the SAT, because then they can't help you. Then it's like, oh, there's no way they're even able to give you the answers or feed you anything.
A home run of home runs,
yeah, SAT proctors, as all SAT proctors should have to have taken the SAT when they were in high school and gotten an 800.
It works.
That way, if you cheat off them, then you're probably going to do worse than if you actually just took it.
Every time. Talks about how you have to appeal to get the accommodation. So what we'll do is, I need you to tell your daughter that when she gets tested, to be as stupid.
Oh my God. Is this real? They're saying when she goes to get tested for like ADHD or something, literally just like purposefully get everything wrong.
To not be as smart as she is. The goal is to be slow, to be not as bright, all that we show discrepancies. They have this plan where people are faking. They are faking some kind of thing in order to get, and they have to pay. This is a leaked combo. This is a leaked combo, yes. You have to pay money. So it's like $4,000, $5,000. And if they don't get it from one psychologist, they just go to the next one. They are just going.
I mean, yeah, dude, but people do that all the time with shit. People doctor hop all the time until they hear the answer they want to hear. Like, I get you going to, like, multiple sources to see. Bro, did you see the one fucking video of the woman that said she had, like, phantom, like, fucking bipolar disorder or some shit? And she was like, I've been to 20 doctors and they all tell me I don't have it. And I'm like, that means you don't have it, right? Like, somebody find that video. Maybe it wasn't BPD, but she said she had something. She was like, I have phantom blank. And she was like, I've been to doctors and they all tell me I don't have it. And it's like, oh, probably because you don't have it. Like, what? Like, it was autism? Oh my God, yeah, she said she had autism. She said she had phantom autism. Or no, it wasn't phantom. It was a Schrodinger's autism. She said she had Schrodinger's autism. And she said that she's autistic, but every time that she goes and gets a doctor to look at her, then she's no longer autistic. I go, what? Like, I get you. You could go to a doctor. You could actually have autism, go to a doctor, and then them tell you don't, go to another one, they tell you do. But if you've been to like 15, 20 doctors and they all say you're not autistic, newsflash, you're not autistic. That's the real thing, right? It's just like, and the whole point of the video is like, somebody replied to her and was like, just because you have like niche interests, or you're like, a slightly weirder or quirkier person, doesn't immediately equate to you have autism, right? Like, that's just your personality, right? Like, why are we LARPing having autism? That's just so fucking weird. Like, there's so many people on social media now that like actually just flat out self-diagnose. And that pisses me off. If I see somebody on social media say they self-diagnose themselves with autism, I want to peel my fucking skin off. Like, go to a doctor. Why are you saying that you have something that you don't have? Like, if you go to a doctor, they tell you don't have it, you don't fucking have it.
Down the list until they find somebody who will give their kid the diagnosis they want. And they use that diagnosis.
And then it makes people that actually are autistic get more shit. Because it's like, there's idiots like that are just fucking lying and saying they have something that they don't have.
To get an advantage on these extremely important tests. Now,
who trusts doctors? I get not wanting to trust one doctor, but if you go to 10 doctors and they all go, yeah, you're not autistic, you are a fucking jackass to go, no, I think I am.
Simple advantage is more time, which is scientifically proven to give a better result. They've run numerous
What's the ACT? Similar thing to the SAT.
Scientifically proven to give a better result. They've run numerous double-blind studies, and they find that 18 out of 20 times, even if the person has the same, they take both things, they'll get a higher score with the more time. So standardized starts to feel like the wrong.
I don't know. I feel like in my personal experience, if you gave me more time on an exam, I'm not doing better. Because I'm never running down. If I don't know it, I don't know it. Like, I'm not going to be doing this fucking, room searching ass shit. Like, if I don't know the answer, I don't know the answer. I'm going to overthink it. Yo, actually, I think I might do worse if you gave me more time. Because if I'm sitting there for another 30 minutes, I'm going to go over all my answers and be like, I don't know, actually.
Wrong word here. Because running out of time is standard on the exam. And the exam is designed so you don't have all the time to do every question. And it gives you a huge advantage. The mom asks, won't schools find out? Won't schools know this is going on? Schools don't know. That's why you have to get the 100% bonus time or get 50% multiple days. So what you can also do is you can get accommodation to take the test.
Do you need to write essays in the SAT or ACT? ACT, I have no idea. I never took it. The SAT, they have a writing portion that you could opt for. I did that once. It's like a side separate test that like some colleges want. And you take it's like the regular SAT, that's your score. And then there's another test that you do that you have to write.
Over multiple days, which means you could literally memorize a question you don't know the answer to, leave, go home, figure
I took the SAT, got a 980, and then enlisted into the Marines.
Out the answer, then come back another day. And there's a current accommodation people are taking right now. That's let alone if you go to their testing center. The accommodations were meant to level the playing field, but what's happening is they're tilting the playing field towards those with money and access. And It's absolutely true. While these are diagnosed at normal rates at regular schools with middle income people, they are diagnosed extremely high among wealthy students. And they are getting a structural advantage on these standardized tests that allows wealth and privilege to have a so-called higher score that allows them to beat people out for these elite colleges. Many more students, especially the affluent, get extra time to take the SAT. And what's interesting is like, there's nothing scientific about the measurement of how much time you get.
Yo, SAT day, bruh. I am so happy I don't have to take that shit anymore, bro. Oh my God. I remember waking up, dude, it was like nervous, bro. You pull up to the SAT, you're in a random ass room with no one you know, and it's just like you gotta lock in, bro. I feel like that's why I did better the last time, because the last SAT I took at a different school. I knew no one, I was in a room with random ass people. I felt like I was at the DMV, and I was just taking that shit. It makes you lock in, bro, I swear. Take the SAT somewhere where you're not comfortable. Just do both. See which one you do better at.
The test is balanced around a certain amount of time. How come like IBS is plus 50% or like ADHD is plus 100? Like there's no way to know how much time should be extra to be balanced. And so people just kind of get what they demand and what they push for. And so the power scaling gives you more, power scaling is the wrong word, but it gives you more, just a huge leg up and a way to not balance it. And I wanted to figure out like why this is happening recently, or like what was the timeline that got us here? And it started with, I think, really good intentions. So the truth is, so this guy, Mark Brimehorst, in the year 2000, had a true disability. He had no hands. And so he needed extra time for the test. It was just required, okay? And so Brimehorst took...
They wouldn't give him more time and he had no hands. Are you fucking serious? Like, what a polar opposite. Bro pulls up, he has no hands. And they're like, nah, you gotta just take that shit, buddy. What the fuck? I'd be like, yo, I give this guy hours, bruh. Like, you know how hard it is to fucking fill in a bubble? No hands.
Extra time for the test. He got a good score on the GMAT. And then when it was submitted, they had marked it by saying the score is obtained under special circumstances. This is what they used to do. If you took extra time or you needed an accommodation, extra bathroom breaks, whatever, it would be fine. You get your score, but it would say this. It would just have a mark.
Wait, if you have IBS, you get more time on the SAT?
And he sued and said like that was a scarlet letter that was making him less appealing to colleges or what.
What's IBS? Irritable bowel syndrome.
Whatever.
What about alpha gal? I pull up. I can't eat mammal meat. I can't eat mammal meat.
Made his score seem less than, which I think is a fair point. Maybe people would.
They're like, okay. Do I get more time? No.
Would assume that there was something wrong with it. So once they got rid of this because of his lawsuit, that also got rid of the last barrier to being like, wait a minute, this is just better. And so rich people started to realize, wait a minute, I think there's a direct quote. The guy they called on the phone, it was basically saying like, yeah, I mean, wealthy families have realized that it's a bonus for their kids so that they're behind if they don't do it. And so now it's like an arms race where wealthy families don't want their kids to fall behind. So they're finding ever increasing wilder accommodations and reasons to get them and spending money through the nose to make that happen. So again, like, look, some students with severe anxiety can take the ACT over 4 days, and diagnosing severe anxiety
over 4 days. How are you taking it over 4 days?
Is not like a universally agreed upon test. Do you know what I'm saying? Different psychologists can say different things, and some psychologists like money. There's just this huge advantage that's like building and building and building. This has been going on for years, but now it's getting so extreme that parents are starting to really freak out because, especially if you're like in that upper middle, you can't even afford to keep up with this race. You can't afford to pay all the different psychologists to try and keep up. Some of them have to spend $10,000 for a diagnosis. Or finding a gas.
Bro, it really is annoying too, because then even like your entry letter, like when you write a paper to try and get into a college, because you usually write a paper, like that's most colleges, you have to write a paper talking about something to get in. Like they're cheating on the SAT, so their SAT score is fucking skewed. And then they're probably paying somebody to write their own college paper. So like all of their entry requirements are just fabricated. Like, these colleges are letting students in that are actually fucking stupid. And it's like, now the kids that are on paper testing lower, but are in actuality smarter, are the ones that have to go to worse universities. So that actually is kind of, do you think that'll cause like a shift later down the line where like a lot of these like higher upper echelon schools actually end up having worse students and less credibility? Because, you know, if you look at this on like a 10-year span, if people keep doing this, then like the average Harvard student is actually going to be a lot dumber than they used to be. And then like state schools are actually going to be the ones that people want to go to because state schools are actually going to have the smartest kids.
Gastroenterologist to support requests for unlimited bathroom breaks. Again, unlimited bathroom breaks with a friendly proctor is basically a license to cheat. It's a license to go to the bathroom, take out your phone, check the question, then come back. It's a license to cheat. Everyone knows this. And so I asked, I mentioned this on stream, and I asked people if they had any stories of this, and I got a ton. I picked 2, I think. Some people have parents that like have pushed them into using this. Some people have legitimate ADHD and they feel upset because They know other people are cheating with it, and it makes them feel like they're getting roped into that bucket. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of people who are angry about it. This guy said big blizzard, which you don't have to call me that in private or in public or ever. You said you wanted stories of SAT extra time, and boy, do I have some stories. I'm graduating today from a private high school in Boston, rich kid school. In my graduating class of 110 students, 25 receive extra time on College Board tests. They are not underperformers in normal class. Even our valedictorian got extra time. The school encourages it too. Like when we took our practice PSATs, the students who did not finish all the questions.
Oh my God, PSAT, what a fucking shit. What a stupid fucking test. I remember PSAT days, bro. You might as well just fuck off. Put A for everything and walk out. Like, what is a PSAT? It's a practice SAT. It doesn't count. They give it to like freshmen and sophomores because they're trying to prepare you to take the SAT junior and senior year. It doesn't matter. Unless you're like a high score, unless you're getting like top in the country, you get like scholarships and shit. Like if you get like a 1550 on the PSAT, you might end up getting like money to go to school. So like try in that sense. But like if you know you're going to get like 1,000, oh my God, it's just a wasted day. National merit, I got it. Ooh, we have a genius in chat. Oh, aren't you smart? Oh, aren't you a fucking genius? Oh, aren't you fucking so smart? I got like 1,000 on the PSAT. There was a kid in my class. That got like a 700 or like a 6 something on the PSAT. And no, like the teachers don't get mad at you because they just don't care. But I remember one of my teachers, because like in the PSAT, it's actually just like at your school and it's like proctored by your teachers. One of my teachers told the kid, he was like, dude, you did worse than the average guessing rate. Like you somehow got such a low score that it makes it seem like you knew the answers because you had to have put the wrong answer purposefully, because it's like not possible that like you could have just put A for everything and you would have done better.
They could qualify for extra time because it benefits the school to have a higher score. So even they're in on it, dude.
Like Miles Morales. Well, Miles Morales would get like a 0. Like, that's different. Like, if you get a 0 on a multiple choice test, you know the answers.
And so it's like a weird thing where wealthy schools are like helping kids towards these outcomes, which give them a structural advantage over regular people. I would like to make a bigger point. It's not just the SAT this applies to. It's all College Board tests like the PSAT and AP test.
Yeah, it's also fucking gaining info on you, dude. I remember taking the PSAT. Oh, my God. They would give you like a fucking 9-page quiz on your fucking life. Were your mom and your dad in your life? What education did they receive? What job do they currently hold? Blah, blah, blah. It's like gathering info on you to try and like pinpoint like just groups of people of like, oh, if your parents happen to be college grads, this is going to associate like to you having a higher test score or something like that.
If you do well enough on the PSAT, you can get full rides to some state colleges. I did that for ASU, by the way. Cha-ching. One of my best
PSAT, you get full rides. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
friends.
But you have to do really well on the PSAT to get a full ride.
A egregious example of a student who gets extra time and really shouldn't. We took 12 AP classes together. He was always a top 3 scorer in class, yet on test day, he gets 50% more time. For AP tests, time is what makes them hard. Like I get another 10% correct if I had enough time. And this is proven, by the way. So math.
Yeah, AP tests actually, more time is useful. AP tests, you're fucking, dude, you get like 5 minutes, dude. Answer a question. Move on.
Mathematically, your score goes up by like an average of, it's like 5 to 7, something like that, if you get 50% more time. Just being able to review your answers on math questions with more time, you can just take the answers, the multiple choice answers, and reverse engineer them to find them out. You have more time to do that. You can guess and check. On reading questions, you get more time to like really study the material. I want to be...
Dude, I remember I got a 650 on both. I remember like usually when if you have an SAT, you could get a max of 800 points on reading and 800 math. And usually like some people are better at one than the other. I got dead even. I remember I got 650 on both.
Absolutely clear. My friend does not have ADHD or any other medical need for extra time. He does, however, have a prescription for Adderall, which he sells. So look, I mean, this is...
Are you allowed to take Adderall? Like, is that... Dude, I feel like that's kind of like not cheating. Like, if you don't have a prescription for Adderall, wouldn't taking Adderall and then walking into the SAT kind of be like cheating?
The shit we're seeing, bro. It's like
a performance-enhancing drug.
Boots on the ground, students are seeing this unfair application of the rules. You mentioned if someone has a story about ADHD to message you on Discord. I'm late, but I'm 29 and I was diagnosed with ADHD, dyslexia, and auditory processing issue when I was 13 or 14. Okay, I had to go doctors when I was 8. My family was in a situation where they could afford the evaluation. Even after getting my diagnosis, it took longer to get meds, and my high school admission wouldn't let me take honors or AP classes because of disabilities. This is an example of a person I wanted to include who was like, they legitimately have it, and this whole cheating around it has made it harder for them to get legitimate belief. When I have mentioned that I have my learning disability, I get 1 of 3 responses. 1, people say, yeah, I think I am too. People tell me, no, I'm not, because I
Oh my God.
don't act like someone with a disability. Or 3, how did you get your diagnosis so I can get meds? I agreed they're overdiagnosed, and it's frustrating because now people think where I am because I faked my symptoms. There are always people in school that try to buy it and get meds somehow, but I feel like now it feels like it's everywhere. Sorry, I rambled. Well, you have ADHD, so don't worry about it. Anyway, this is what we're seeing. It's crazy. And on top of this, there's been an increase, not just in like this structural wealthy advantage where you get more time if you can lean on a psychologist, but there's been an increase in the SAT of actual cheating, like legitimate straight up cheating. Now, when I was a kid, a movie came out called The Perfect Score.
Dude, especially with like AI and shit now, I feel like there's gotta be like different ways people cheat. Like when I took the SAT, the most you could do is have like formulas pre-booked into your TI-84. Like your calculator, you could like pre-prepare, like you could pre-cook in certain shit. Somebody use AI glasses to cheat. Yeah, maybe like meta glasses. That's so obvious. I feel like meta AI, bro. You pull up your own Ray-Bans. Hey, why are you wearing those? Oh, I'm sensitive to light. Hey, Meta. Sorry. Hey, Meta.
15 people, 8 hours to make 100 items. How many hours will it take 6 people working at the same rate to make half as many items?
Dude, it's like impossible.
3 little letters.
And it's all about how a bunch of students hate the SAT so much they decide to steal the answers from the college board. They sneak in, steal the answers to try and...
Well, that's the... I remember, dude, you could get into, like, the real, like, nitty-gritty stuff. The SAT's different, obviously, every time you take it. But there's certain SATs that, like, tend to be easier than others. Is that still the way that it is now, chat? I have no idea. I remember when I took that shit, it was like they have, like, there was, like, 4 seasons of SATs. Like, you could take an SAT in, like, October or something. And there's, like, certain dates that it's, like... I think it was, like, October and, like, June were like the ideal dates to take the SAT.
And I remember watching this as I saw this in theaters, and I was like,
yeah, I remember people saying fall, like October was the best.
Damn, that sounds great. Well,
just react and don't talk. Oh, sorry.
Nowadays, you don't even have to do that because the SAT has gone digital, and people are finding much easier ways to cheat than what you need with Captain America when you need it for a movie, dude. As of March 2024, this is relatively recently, the SAT switched from being only paper to now digital. And it turned...
Oh, you fuckers. Are you serious? SAT offered digitally? Yo, colleges got to stop using this shit to fucking invite people. I would be cheating on that. No problem. What? What's that shit? Lockdown. Bro, yo, you took a test. Y'all remember COVID, bro? Motherfuckers, it was so easy to cheat. It was so easy to cheat, and then teachers found lockdown browser. Lockdown browser was like a nightmare. Yo, actually, I'd be taking a asynchronous class in college. Hey, we use the lockdown browser for all our exams. Lockdown browser records all of your I had a 2-monitor setup. It fucking blanks, turns off your fucking left monitor. I'm so serious. Lockdown browser is like a cop standing right next to you while you're fucking taking a test. It turns off my left monitor, records my screen, has your camera and your mic rolling, and you have to do like a test. You have to like film yourself before you start it.
From being only paper.
That shit was terrible.
To now digital. And it turns out once the SAT is administered on laptops and you can bring your own laptop, people have found many ways to cheat. And not only to cheat, but to steal the questions out of
the environment checks. Yeah, you'd have to go like this. You'd have to go and like you'd have to show everything around you. I'm like, dude, there's guaranteed people that have like a friend or like some sort of notebook just like sitting and they do the environment check and just like happen to leave like a small segment out.
The testing and get it out to the public. For example, time zone cheating. People take the test in one time zone.
I would tape paper on my screen. Oh my God. Yo, because you don't have to show your monitor. You have sticky notes all over your monitor.
Upload the questions, and people in a later time zone have all the answers before they're
You're taking a test with Lockdown Browser using Meta AI glasses. Doo-doo-doo. It starts beeping white. You're like recording, getting fed answers.
test begins. This is happening. Sites in China are selling test questions. So people get money from uploading real legitimate questions, and you can find them. I checked it out.
Oh, sorry. Before I start this Lockdown Browser, I'm just letting you know, I have a grandma named Meta that I always have to talk to. Hey, Meta, are you okay? I was just wondering, do you know how many cells tend to be in the human body?
It wasn't that hard to find. I was able to find this in no time. These are SAT exams. These are questions you can find online.
Wait, I kind of want to try and do one of these.
These are SAT exams.
Oh, fuck. Wait, lock in. Real quick, I zone in. I'm telling you, I get it right. Based on the text, how would the author of text 2 most likely describe the view presented in text 1? No, never mind. I'm over it. That just brought me back. That brought me back to me taking the SAT during Prime Fortnite and just getting off track in my brain nonstop and being like, oh, fuck. Just zone out, dude. That was the worst. The math portion was so much easier to lock in. This shit, dude, you're going, the California Department of Water Resources reports that agriculture accounts for 29% of all water use during a wet year. During a dry year, the figure more than doubles, claiming a staggering 61%. In contrast, urban water use ranges from 8% during a wet year to 11%. No, oh my God, it's the most boring shit ever.
SAT tutors have sounded the alarm. It is a multi-year breach of active...
It's B. Wait, you guys were just doing it while I pause?
The testing in the room has gotten
Hey, Meta.
even more advanced. So I found my old TI-83 graphic. That's how old
TI-83. Holy shit, Brandon Ewing.
I have an 83, not an 84. It says Brandon Ewing on the back. I found this. I pulled this out. This is the exact one
I don't even know if I have my TI-84 anymore. That's like a thing you keep because you're like, oh, that's an expensive ass calculator. But I'm like, when am I ever going to need that?
used when I took the SAT. Well, nowadays, you can buy one of these. You can hollow it out and change the inside software to ChatGPT.
Bro,
And then you can buy this shit on eBay for $349. And it looks like a TI-84, but it has AI in it. And you can use it to solve your fucking problems. The level of cheating is getting absurd, dude.
Well, and it used to, here's the thing, bro, like, it could show their work now, too. That was, like, the hardest thing, was, like, classes like physics, on, like, homework, you can't just write an answer. You have to you would have to hand in your notebook, and you would have to show your work, like, how you arrived at that versus just the answer. And now AI, it enables you to show that as well. Like, earlier cheating when I was in high school, you could look up the answer, but it wouldn't tell you how to do it.
So much.
So you couldn't just write down like 34. Like you had to know, you had to be like, why is it that?
Cheating is now going on in the SAT, the digital change, that non-students have now been banned from taking it. This is true. So many people, you know, primarily because the profit you can get from selling at the Chinese websites, were taking the SAT for fun and then stealing the questions. And they have now banned everyone but students from taking it. They're trying to crack down. It's a war that's tough to do, but that's what they're trying to do. You know, to sum all this.
Unless you're a student, you're not able to take the SAT anymore. Bro, that like gets rid of the funnest fucking fantasy football punishment. You get last in fantasy, you have to go fucking take the SAT. Yeah. Dude, the funniest shit was like the video of like a grown ass man, he's like 35 walking into a high school to go take an SAT. And then it's like, the way you make it better is if you get last in fantasy, you have to go take the SAT. And if you get below a certain score, you have to do another punishment.
What's up, man? I want
so
you to
like
know
there's motivation to actually try.
that, like, if you are somebody who feels like this feels unfair to you, that you are a regular person who's getting pushed around by either unwillingness to cheat or wealth and power or wealthier schools. You should simply do what these guys did in the movie, which is don't cheat, but be super hot and end up as superheroes. Because that's what they did. They just, the end of the perfect score is they decide not to cheat. The whole movie, they steal the answers and they throw them away. Then they get a bad score and then they become... It's simple. It's a simple solution. If you have more stories of this and you're watching this on Big A Clips, leave it in the comments. I'm interested in finding out what your lived experience.
Bro, this was an interesting ass video, genuinely. Well, let me move back over. As a law student, I can 100% confirm disability comms are getting egregiously abused or grievously abused. I was shocked walking into the first final, that of my 90+ person torts section, there were less than 50 people in the room with me when I took my final. The rest, never half the class, at a good ranking law school with pretty strict admission criteria. Yeah, it's also like, it's like, how is that allowed? Like, like, especially for something like a bar or like a big law school exam, like, you can't have half the class be getting more fucking time. All right, chat, coming down.